Welcome to Projects for All. My name's Mike, and today we got Skil's brand new 18 gauge 20 volt nail gun kit. Comes with a 2 amp hour USB-C charging battery, 5-year warranty. It looks pretty slick. Let's get it out here and see if it's any good. First, some quick specs. 18 gauge, of course. 5/8 to 2 1/8. Firing mode, bump and sequential, which is awesome. 6 pounds tool weight. Holds just over 100 nails in the mag. 20 volt brushless. This has got the new style battery. I'm kind of a fan of those batteries. Got our instruction manual. This is not lightweight for sure. There's a lot going on inside one of these things. Definitely looks nice. Drives up to 1,000 nails per charge. Dual LED work lights. Brushless motor. All right. Let's see what else we got. There's our battery, and there's our charger. This is all you have to deal with. USB-C cable, power brick. Folds in real nice. Freaking tape. Couple Allen keys for adjustments, and a belt clip with a little tiny screw. Almost forgot. They throw you a few nails. Couple shot of nails here. So if you've forgotten to buy nails or you receive this as a gift, you can at least give it a shot. Because that would be real disappointing Christmas morning not to have anything to try out your new nail gun with. All right, there's our battery again. Get a better look. Get your cell phone in here. Charge your phone from the USB-C port right there. Or you charge the battery itself with that same port. These covers are nice. I do like Skil including those covers with all their batteries. Only 2 amp hour. However, they say 1,000 nails for a 2 amp hour battery, and that's pretty impressive. Stands up on the battery, which is nice. Got our dual work lights right there. Whoa, dirty lens? What are we thinking? All right, let's have a close look at this. Well, let's throw our belt clip on before we do anything. Get a little slot there. A little slot. Just fits in there like that. There we go. Nice and secure. I'm right-handed, so I always put my belt clip on the left side of the tool. I've used quite a few battery-operated nail guns. However, I've actually never owned one. I have 4 Porter cable pneumatic nail guns, and I have a pass-load framer, all that run off a pancake compressor that I've had for a really long time, and I just could never justify the cost of upgrading because it's not something I do every day. However, I'm pretty familiar with the nail gun, so let's have a look here. There isn't a whole lot to it. Let's start at the top and work our way down, shall we? You've got your top of your magazine here. Quick flip up, I like it, so you can get in there and clear a jam if you have to. It has just this latch system, so it flips over like so. There you go. Not bad. Real simple and easy. Magazine release is here. You can load your nails. They say 5/8 to 2 1/8. Nothing to see on the other side except there is a little soft contact pad. There's a spare there just in case you actually wear that out or you lose it, get it caught on something and pull it off. This is replaceable. It's easier to see on the back side here. Plastic just interacts with plastic, but you know, you can depress it and shut it, or they give you a nice ledge here. You can get 4 fingers on that if you need to squeeze that shut. Little rubberized bumper on the bottom of this because you know you're going to be bumping it into things for sure. Brad nails go in. You get your follower right here, spring loaded. You saw it on the back side there. There's your follower. You get the little windows to be able to tell how many nails are in there. It has a 0 to 5 nails left, and it will stop you from firing. There's a button here that interacts with the follower mechanism, and a little plunger here that locks you out. I have the plunger depressed here on the top, and you can see your lockout right here. There are no nails in this, so when I release this, that pops up because there's no nails to push it down. And now I can't give full travel on this, and that will stop you from firing. Depth adjustment knob right here. It's got a lot of travel, so I'm assuming there's a lot of adjustments. So you go up for shallower and down for deeper. I've got it as shallow as it'll go, and that's where we'll start. Right here you have your mode selector. So you have, looks like bump to fire if you have it to the left, or one shot if you have it, your switch to the right. It's a nice, basic, simple nail gun. It is 6 pounds, and it feels like 6 pounds, but it is manageable. I don't have the biggest arms on planet Earth, and yeah, no problem. Straight out on my offhand. All right, let's throw some nails in this thing, and let's have a look at how it does. Here's one of the strips that came with the nail gun from Skil. As you can see, basically just wire that's glued together. They have these little T-shaped heads right there. There's 2 of them together. It's so little, it's hard to hold, so the camera will focus in on it. It isn't square, so you get about 48 thou by about 38 thou. About 1 millimeter by about 1.25 millimeters. So very small. These are 2 inches, just under 2 inches long, or just under 50 millimeters. So we'll start out by using the ones that Skil gave us. We got a little demo set up. We also have 2-inch DeWalt, never used personally, 5/8, very small. Let's see how this thing shoots. Let's see how fast it needs to ramp up and shoot a nail. For the purposes of our demo, I clamped a 4x4, this is just regular pine 4x4, to the table. I screwed 1/2-inch drywall all the way across the face of it. This trim here, it's overkill for an 18 gauge brad nail. That would be my assumption. This is about 9/16 or so, but it is just regular pine. So here's a shot of the Skils that came with it. Put our battery in. I have it set for single fire. So we're sticking out just a little bit, but that is because I have it on the shallowest depth. It's really only sticking out about 1/2 millimeter, which is kind of surprising considering it's got the trim sucked down pretty hard. Let's do another one. Exactly the same. Let's try about a 1/2 turn on that depth setting. About the same. Another 1/2 turn. Flush. Nice. So about 1 turn in, and with a 2-inch nail, we got this dialed in. We started on single. Goes all the way over. It doesn't click positive, it just moves over. We got multiple fire. I'm going to push it down, pull the trigger, keep the trigger held down, and then move it and compress it against the workpiece again to fire a second nail. And we're back to not being deep enough. Let's go another 1/2 turn or so on that. Let's see what happens. And now we're deep enough. Ported cable, 5/8, 16 millimeters. They had to put some filler in the box because these freaking things are tiny. I've never used an 18 gauge brad nail this small, but they are exactly the same thing, only shorter. There are 10 strips in the box, making the box this little tiny box, 1,000 quantity. Wow, just in the first rail there. Those 5/8 go just halfway past that first window. You can barely see them in there. Let's shoot them at the same depth setting as the 2-inchers and see what happens. And it actually shoots them flush. not bad. I'm actually kind of surprised that it's shooting the 5/8 at essentially the same depth as it shot 2 inches. I expected it to shoot those 5/8 a lot deeper, but no. I mean, it's like probably a millimeter, between a 1 and 2 millimeters depth, which in my opinion is more or less perfect. You don't want it too deep, and not having to adjust the depth for small nails is pretty freaking cool, actually. It's fairly quick. So we got about 200 nails through this thing now, and it functions perfectly. And honestly, I can't tell you the difference between this and any of the higher end professional ones that I've used. It shoots fast, it shoots consistent. So far, so good. Let's sound test it just for fun. We're at 3 bars. We have about 200 nails through it. So let's shoot 800 more nails and see where the battery lands us, and we'll sound test it just for giggles. Let's do it. We're gonna be about 20 inches from the microphone to where I do this. Now, we're gonna use decibel A. I am not an expert on this, not at all. For peak, C would probably make more sense, decibel C. That takes in peak, sharp noises like that. But that will skew all the data if you compare this to the table saws and stuff we normally measure, because the reading will be different. It'll be much higher. And that has a different scale. And that is not my area of expertise. So I do this to show you and give you sort of a baseline. But there's a lot more to this than I normally show you. Maybe one day I'll read a few books and we can have an episode on that, because that might be important information for all of us to know, really. So we'll put it on peak and we'll let her rip. $90.4. Let's do it one more time. Almost 90. 87.8. I think the moral of the story here is, if you're going to use this thing a lot, hearing protection, not a bad idea. Just for fun, we'll do one in decibel C, which is peak sharp noises. About the same, a little higher. We got a full shot in the gun, about 200 already in the trim piece, and we got 7 more of these to feed through, making a total of 1,000. I'm gonna speed the hell out of this because this could be the most boring 20 minutes in YouTube history, so we're just gonna abbreviate, but I'll show you the carnage at the end for sure. $400 nails, 600 to go, half a battery left. I'll show you the end results of this, but there are some shallow shots, and as far as I can tell, every single one of those is my fault. Where I depress and I try and reposition because I'm too close to another nail, because I'm doing this as fast as possible, and when you pull this off the workpiece just slightly, you'll get a shallow shot. Well, there you go. 1,000 brad nails out of this thing. 1 bar left. It's still going. It did not stop. We have the scraps. For some reason, these 2-inch DeWalt's will not allow me to, when it stops, because it's telling me there isn't enough nails left in it, I try and add a full strip and it won't let me do it. There isn't enough space with these. So let's load all the scraps in here. There's a 5 up in there, and make sure it'll shoot, you know, 5 at a time here and not get jammed up. I've had 0 jams. There's a whole bunch of scraps. They're not perfectly lined up in here. Let's make sure it does that, and we'll call this one a day. There you go. Fed them all. There's gonna be a 1 5er left in there. Get out of there. That's stuck in there somewhere. There it is. So that is what's left of 1,000 rounds shot through this thing. Nice tool, man. I would have no problem, if 18 gauge is all I needed, I would have no problem using this to trim out my entire house. None. So Skil keeps on expanding the 20-volt line, and I can't give you a compelling reason not to go out and buy this thing. It's a little bit heavy. That's my complaint. But the battery operated nail guns are all pretty heavy, and 2 hands is better than 1 if you're gonna operate this for hours and hours. Could you trim a whole house with this thing and use it just like any of the professional ones that I've used? Absolutely. After 1,000 nails, I can't tell you a reason not to buy it. All the shallow hits on this, and there's a lot of them, are all my fault. Going too fast and pulling the gun off the workpiece before it fires because I'm trying to get 1,000 nails out in like 25 minutes. If I were to trim out my entire house, honestly, would I probably get the pancake compressor and the very light Porter cable guns out? Honestly, I probably would. But could you do it with this? 100% yes. I don't see any reason why not. Other than 18 gauge is a little thin for some of this bigger stuff. You're gonna put more holes to secure this properly, and that'll just equate to more caulking and more hole filling. If you're okay with that, but as a tool for light projects and, you know, things you would use in a small gauge nail gun for around the house, absolutely. This thing's great. I hope they come out with some heavier gauges. I'd like to see a 15 gauge or a 16 gauge, and maybe even a framer. A framer from a homeowner company like Skil, that'd be pretty cool. I would love to test that. If you liked the video, hit thumbs up, and that helps me, the algorithm, play these videos, and I get to make more videos for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.